The horrible things that happen when narcissist's ego is wounded. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I'd want to take this opportunity to thank you for your support. One of the most common signs of narcissism is narcissistic rage, which can manifest in a variety of ways. Narcissistic rage can be triggered by a variety of things, such as feeling that their attention is being diverted from more important matters, or not being the center of attention in the way they desire. They may also become upset if their idealistic version of themselves is not reflected in reality, or if their needs and wants are repeatedly disregarded. Narcissistic rage can manifest in different ways, from covert shows of hostility to more overt types of aggressiveness, such as simmering resentment. They may become passive-aggressive or even violent when they feel their needs are not met. Narcissistic rage can also lead to retaliation, vindictiveness, and even stalking. Now, I'd like to talk about how narcissistic injury affects the narcissist. So what, if anything, do they think of it? Why do they act like this? Narcissistic injuries come in a wide variety. Several options exist at each fork in the road. Nevertheless, the greatest narcissistic harm imaginable and the expected reaction to it will be described. Narcissistic wounds, often known as wounded egos, are emotional traumas that completely demolish a narcissist's self-esteem and pride. When their false identity is challenged, they usually react in this way. The extent of the injury may temper the narcissist's reaction. They always respond the same way, no matter how profoundly they are injured. The following is a simplified account of a narcissist's typical response to a narcissistic injury. The shame they felt fades fast in the face of the rage they're feeling. As a result, the narcissist gets obsessed with retaliation. Whatever the severity of the harm done, narcissists can never forgive. Due to the extent of their hurt, they no longer put up a show of being able to forgive. As a result, their claims of forgiveness ring hollow. The plans for their retaliation against you have already begun. As a form of punishment, they prefer smear operations, either secretly or openly. A narcissist may act attractive and pleasant, even after they've insulted you. When I say that a narcissist could be harmed profoundly enough to encourage them to act even crazily, I'm not even referring to a lifetime slander campaign. A narcissist's problems are compounded by the possibility that they will suffer a fatal blow. When they finally acknowledge who or what they are, it is at this point that their self-esteem and feeling of pride crumble before their eyes, and a profound sense of shame overcomes them. You have to know what hurts a narcissist the most before you can figure out what makes them burst. Such a development would pierce a narcissist's already fragile psyche. In this video, I discussed at length the top 3 sources of pain for narcissists: rejection, public humiliation, and internalized shame. Persons who are adept at all 3 of these strategies at once pose the greatest threat to narcissists. Fearful of rejection, the narcissist will either shun the person completely or become obsessed with destroying them. If it's the latter, they might relax by looking at the person who caused them agony. At this point, the narcissist can no longer pretend that the other person isn't someone they despise. If you really want to get rid of them, killing them is your best bet. Narcissists and other persons with severe personalities might be devastated by an injury of this magnitude to their sense of self-worth. The narcissist's reaction will be commensurate with the intensity of their emotions. Even if they eventually admit fault and seek treatment, they may be less likely to change their behavior because of this, which rarely succeeds. When the narcissist's hatred for the target is too great to be rationalized away, they may resort to murder or a curse. Nothing would stop a narcissist from convincing another person to do their dirty work for them, if they knew they would face no repercussions for their actions. When a narcissist feels pain, they reveal their dark side. It's possible that they're acting helpless in order to gain sympathy, but it's just a tactic to draw attention away from what they're really after. However, if you are knowledgeable in the field, you can pinpoint the actual problem and assess the level of their hostility. They will give you an honest assessment of the situation based on their observations. A narcissist may experience a multitude of negative feelings after suffering an injury, including fear, fury, anger, and shame. This only strengthens the narcissist's natural pessimism. Rejection, shame, and ridicule are the final straw for a narcissist. Like any other narcissistic wound, this one cannot be healed. Narcissists are toxic companies because they take criticism personally and allow it to lower their self-esteem further. A narcissist might become irrational and violent if they are denied the chance for vengeance. Narcissists aren't interested in making amends or fixing things. As people get older, they become less forgiving and accountable, reducing the likelihood that they will change for the better. Someone's ego has been damaged, and you need to give them some space to heal. Narcissistic personality disorder, in conclusion, is a mental illness defined by an exaggerated sense of self-importance, an insatiable desire for other people's praise, and an inability to empathize with those in similar situations. Narcissistic anger is a typical symptom of narcissism and can take many forms, from subtle displays of animosity to more overt forms of aggression, like chronic resentment. Many things might set off narcissistic rage, including the individual's perception that his or her focus is being taken away from more crucial concerns, or the individual's inability to bask in the spotlight as much as the individual would want. Narcissists could also feel hurt if their expectations aren't met, or if their wishes and needs are consistently ignored. The self-esteem and pride of a narcissist can be entirely destroyed by emotional traumas known as wounded egos, another name for narcissistic injury. When hurt, narcissists get fixated on getting even and will go to any length, including smearing their victim's reputation, to get back at them. That they profess to be forgiving is a sham because they never will be. Rejection, public humiliation, and internalized shame were all identified as the top 3 sources of misery for narcissists. To comprehend a narcissist's actions and responses, one must first identify the areas of emotional discomfort they experience. I hope you found something useful in this video. Please describe the other person's reaction when you injured their ego and provide an example of a time when you did the same. I would love to see you back again soon. Hard time together is always enjoyable. Feel free to use the comment box below to ask questions or share ideas, and please subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like it in the future. I appreciate your time and effort very much.